400 episodes. Oh, you know what? I knew you were going to ask me that. And usually I get like this at a convention and then I look like a big dummy. So I put something in my cell phone if I can bring it out. I wrote down a couple lines that were some of my favorites. For you. I'll say them again tomorrow so don't be bored when I say the same thing. I want to get it right. As I said, I don't write the show. I do, as far as scenes go, I like doing, I love the fight between Sasuke and Naruto. That is one of my favorites. I'm not thinking of any, particular sort of lines in that episode, but I do like that episode. I like the Lady Chio stuff. I thought that was pretty moving and special. And then the stuff with Sai, I think, has been pretty fun. And then I'm on episode 428 I did the other day, so it's pretty intense. I had to hyperventilate in the booth the other day. And the thing about faking hyperventilating is that you actually hyperventilate. So I would be like, I'm not going to do it now because I'll hyperventilate. But I had to do this. And you just can only do it so many times. Yeah, I did it, and then I was like, they're like, all right, sit down. And I'm like, all right. Give me a few minutes. And then I had to do another hyperventilating scene. I said, well, the good news is all you have to do is hyperventilate. The bad news is you have to do it for a half hour. Yeah, we stretched it out. Okay, I'm trying to find the lines. But in the meantime, if someone wants to ask me a question, I can.
Which one from the Naruto and Sasuke fight, which one do you like better, the Shippuden or the
Shippuden. Yeah.
That was your favorite?
Yeah. It was intense. Anytime you get to do anything extreme, it's really fun. Like, if it's extremely dramatic or extremely comedic, it's fun. Anything that's sort of middle of the road, it's like, yeah, that was all right. Some of the fillers, people don't like them. Sometimes I think they're fun. Sometimes it's nice not to be killing and stabbing people.
I mean, my favorite is the mask.
Oh, yeah.
Kakashi's mask.
That one's hilarious.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. I'm not sure.
I mean, all the other ones are like,
Yeah. All right, here's one. I haven't warmed up my voice, so if it sounds like crap, don't put it on the internet. Talking to you. All right. Hold on. Okay. I also record standing up, so I can't do the sitting down. I just discovered that just now. All right. I don't care who I have to fight. If he rips my arms off, I'll kick him to death. If he rips my legs off, I'll bite him to death. If he rips my head off, I'll stare him to death. And if he gouges my eyes, I'll curse him to death. Even if I'm torn to shreds, I will find a way to take Sasuke back! On a lighter note,
oh god, that was awesome.
there's some other ones I don't know. More. I'll tell you more. Believe it! Oh gosh, I don't know. There's more, but I'll figure them out. Any other questions? Yeah.
Keep up with the mega.
No. I don't have enough time, really. I mean, I do on camera a lot, and I audition a lot. So between like trying to memorize my scenes for the Disney show that I did 18 episodes of this year, and then I have 8 pages of dialogue to record in the hotel room, and then I had 6 auditions last week. I just don't really have time. Mary Elizabeth, the director, who I can't say enough good things about, she'll say, okay, in this arc, this is what's happening, and also sometimes I won't do it for a while. At one point, I had a really long break, like 8 months or 9 months, and I wasn't doing it at all because it was in between networks. So when I came back, I was like, okay, where are we in the story? You know, once in a while, if I'm feeling like it's been a long time, I'll go on the web and just kind of look at a summation of some of the stuff. But because I never really know what I'm going to be working on when I go in the booth, even though it's pretty much in numerical order, it's kind of hard to tell, you know, what you'll be working on. So, but I do. I mean, I guess if they sent me the manga, I might read the manga. But, you know, I guess I don't. That's the answer. See a lot of Law and Order, though. Anybody else? Yeah.
Do you have like a favorite episode from either Naruto or Naruto Shippuden? Do you have a favorite episode?
Well, like I said, the fight with Gaara, the Jiraiya dramatic arc. Let's just say that. There's some funny stuff with Kakashi when he was younger, I thought. You know, I loved one of the movies. There was a scene where I got electrocuted.
Oh yeah, the Crash Atlantis battle.
Yeah, that was a fun scene. I thought that was a fun movie. Yeah, that was a good. That might have been my favorite movie. That was fun. Yeah. So, yeah.
I've always been curious. I don't know about like other voice actors, but like whenever you're doing like, I guess you can say the Jiraiya scene, like where you're like crying and you're getting emotional. Do you ever feel like you're actually doing that? Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was one that I did, and it wasn't so long ago, and I had just been thinking about something, you know, in my life, somebody died. And I was in the booth, and I had to talk to someone who's dying. And it's like talking about someone who's dying, and you are crying, and then eventually, if you're really, you know, if you're really engaged, it comes, you know. So I sat down, and I was like, oh. You know, it was tough. And by that point, I wasn't thinking about the person I knew that died. I was thinking about the character, but you're just so into it, you just, you know, you commit. That's happened like a few times. Like, I'd say about at least three or four times where I've done really emotional stuff, and it does, you know, kind of takes over a little bit. But then, you know, you leave, you go get sushi, and you're all right. We eat a lot of sushi.
Yeah. In 500 Days of Summer, did you audition for the role, or did they call you like, we want you to?
Oh, no, I had to audition. That movie was so confusing when we read the script. I was like, what is this? And it was with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. I didn't know who she was or anything, so we're sitting down the first day. I was on the first week of shooting. I shot for 4 days, even though I'm in the movie for like 2 minutes. But, and the script was kind of confusing, and we had a table read at the producer's house, and there were these two young guys that sat beside me, and they're like, hey, I was like, hey, I'm Molly, and they're like, hey, I'm whatever. And I thought they were PAs, production assistants, and they wrote the movie. And they were like, it was their first movie that they ever wrote. And they were young guys. They were really fun, cute, cool. And so I went to film 500 Days of Summer, and the first day, and we were filming, and almost all of it was filmed in one building in LA. They just made it look like all those different locations, except for the exteriors.